Hello and welcome to All the Way Down, a YouTube channel all about the Scottish rock band Biffy Clyro.
All the way down.
So I've just finished a two-part video on my favourite Biffy Clyro albums, ranked from 10 to 1. They've released 9 studio albums, but of course they had that soundtrack album, Balance Not Symmetry, which I've included in my top 10. It came in number 9, if you're asking. I just wanted to have a round number, so I didn't want to wait for another album to be created. I wanted to do it now because I'm impatient. So just to remind you, my top 10 from 1 to 10 was The Vertigo of Bliss, Blackened Sky, Only Revolutions, Celebration of Endings, Puzzle, Myth of the Happily Ever After, Infinity Land, Opposites, Balance Not Symmetry, and Ellipsis. Now, as soon as I kind of press the upload button on those videos, ready to go out in a couple of weeks, I did think, I wonder how my list compares to other fans and other people out there. And luckily I have the internet. So what I thought I'd do is a lot like the quiz video where I just chose the first 3 links and did those quizzes. I thought I'd Google the best Biffy Clyro albums ranked and choose the first 3 links and see where my list compares. And to make it a little bit more interesting, I thought I'd give maybe the top 5 some points, and at the end of the 3 links, see who's on top. Will my list be any different, any similar to the list of everyone else out there? Let's find out. So the first link we come to is a blog called deadgoodmusic.blog, albums ranked. It's a very nice website, lovely logo. This is a blog by Adam Reeve. Nice little introduction. The band Biffy Clyro are a band I've always felt I should get into. Despite growing up with friends who adore them and being aware of their biggest hits, the urge to dive into their music never came to me. That is until a couple of months ago, after they were named as replacements for Queens of the Stone Age at last year's Reading Festival. And now they're one of my favourite bands. What a dickhead I was to never listen to them before. Don't be so harsh on yourself, Adam. We all come to bands at different times. It's great that you've gone back and listened to everything and rank them. So let's have a look at his list. It does look like he's gone from worst to best, judging on what's been said here. He's put Opposites last, which was my number 8. So let's just scroll down to first position. His number 1 is Ellipsis. Wow. I put Ellipsis at number 10. Finally taking the top spot is Ellipsis, a record I didn't expect to love so much. Alluring quality, a mammoth beginning of Wolves of Winter, I agree with that. Annual style, favourite tracks, On a Bang, yes. Howl? Yeah. Those are my thoughts. Do you agree with the placement of these albums? Well, Adam, no, I don't. You've put Ellipsis first and I put it last. But we're going to give Ellipsis 5 points for coming first in your list. Second is gone with Puzzle. It gets 4 points. This is like Eurovision, this. If you've watched Eurovision, you'll get that reference. Infinity Land third, so you get 3 points. Only Revolutions fourth. And then Celebration of Endings first. So that's quite surprising, that from my end. Nothing for Vertigo of Bliss, Blackened Sky. Let's see where he's put those. He's put Vertigo of Bliss and Blackened Sky 6th and 7th. Alright. Second link, loadersound.com. Every Biffy Clyro album ranked from worst to best. Worst one is Ellipsis. Same as me. Let's see what is said about Ellipsis here. Let's begin by saying there's no such thing as a bad Biffy Clyro album. They're all packed with flashes of brilliance and invention, which makes ranking their studio discography a challenging undertaking. Yeah, I kind of felt the same, but again, Ellipsis was firmly my number 10 spot. There was no question with that. On a Bangles of Winter, yeah. So let's go to the best. Puzzle. Puzzle gets the number 1 spot for loudersound.com. Marked a profound sea change in their approach to songwriting. The trio's audio tics and satisfying creative twist were still present, but given that the album was informed by the death of Simon's mum Eleanor, the songs and lyrics had a laser-like focus and occasional quiet dignity. Okay, so Puzzle gets 5 points. It was my 5th best album. 5 points. Celebration of Endings 2nd. 4 points. Infinityland 3rd. 3 points again. It was Adam Reeves' 3rd favourite. Only Revolutions 4th. And Myth of the Happily Ever After gets a point for coming 5th. And now we move to the 3rd link, nomajesty.com. All Biffy Clyro albums ranked. This is by Tara DiVincenzo. That's a lovely surname. So this was published in 2020, so it won't feature the Myth of the Happily Ever After. It's got 1 point so far. That was bearing in mind. So best to worst. So the top one is Infinityland. Again, 5 points. Not again. It's in everyone's top 5 so far. It's come 3rd twice, and now it's number 1. It's said that 3rd time's a charm. Biffy Clyro seem to cash in on this cliche with their 3rd and best album. There's a recognisable shift from their earlier records. Creation that's notably complex and unpredictable, covers a wide range of sound which only helps to illustrate the band's immense artistic ability. Wow. So, placed again at the top spot, Infinityland. Only Revolutions comes 2nd, so 4 points. Again, that's placed in everyone's top 5. Opposites 3rd. Opposites was my number 8th. A true mark of duality for the band. It's their one and only double album and is, on a more personal level, an amalgamation of both triumph and turmoil. See, those themes aren't sort of as clear to me. Immersed in medical marijuana, while at least for Ben, surrendering alcohol, we get everything from the punky Sounds Like Balloons to the more contemplative and emotional biblical. So yeah, there are some great songs on there. Biblical, Sounds Like Balloons, Different People. I just don't, as a whole sort of record, I don't think it matches up. But it's Tara's number 3, so we're going to give Only Revolutions, Opposites 3 points. Celebration of Endings, again placing with 2 points. And Blackened Sky finally gets a point, finally. It's my number 2, and this person's number 5. Let's see what's said about this one. Biffy's first album was written, as they later admitted, under the influence of so much hash. The world was introduced to the band through a variety of sounds, from the sing-along friendly Just Boy to the slow-building and never-overwhelming 27. They just needed a few years to build some steam. Well, that's what debut albums are for. And she's given a Vertigo Bliss 6. See, the first 2 albums I placed a bit higher. So what I'm going to do with these numbers is just add them all up and see who comes first to 5th. So these are the top 5 albums as rated by the first 3 links on Google when I Google ranked best to worst albums. There's no balance, or not symmetry on there, and sometimes there's not Myth of the Happily Ever After because it's a bit too late in these links. But number 5 is Ellipsis. Number 4 is Celebration of Endings. Number 3, Only Revolutions. Number 2, Puzzle. And number 1, Infinity Land, which I was quite shocked by. Interesting, the top 3 are kind of all kind of linked because they were one after the other chronologically. 2004, 2007, 2009 is your first, second and third. So the consensus seems to be that that was the kind of, a real strong patch for the band. I didn't think that Infinity Land was as loved as I thought it would be. It's my number 7th. Like I said in my ranking video, don't think it's particularly aged very well, and we're not hearing the songs as much. Jaggy Snake, Glitter and Trauma, the rest. Would you listen to them? I mean, I love Only One Word Comes to Mind. The couple of songs early on, Strung to Your Ribcage, My Recovery Injection maybe. The rest all fall down for me, but there we go. The top 3, Only Revolutions, Puzzle and Infinity Land. They seem to be the consensus that they're the top albums of Biffy Clyro. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments.